Hello, if you're seeing this, I'm not sure if I'm live. I'm live. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Anna. You're watching Anna's Big Adventure. I am going live via software that I don't normally use. I'm hoping that it's all working all right. So as and when one of you is in here watching, if you can hear me and see me, then please just put a comment in the comments box below to let me know that everything is working. So I wanted to talk to you today about how much do YouTubers actually earn. Now, many of my friends and many of my watchers from my 3 different channels say to me, what is it like really to be a YouTuber? How do you make ends meet? How can you actually manage to pay the bills? Does YouTube really pay? And I always repeat this conversation, so I thought I would do a video on it so that everyone knows the truth behind how much YouTube actually pay. Because there are many YouTubers out there who seem to be having a wonderful time and making lots and lots of money, and it might seem like that across the board, but that's not the truth. So I'm going to be very open and transparent with you here and tell you how I make money, how much money I actually make, and how easy it is, or not, as the case may be. So hello, I've got a couple of you in here. Hi, thank you for joining me. You can see me and you can hear me very well. Everything is working. That's excellent. So let's get straight down to business, shall we? I have about 4 different ways that I earn money through YouTube, and although I've been doing YouTube on and off for around 4 years, I have actually only been full-time now for 5 months. This is my 5th month of being full-time. And so I gave up my job last year, at the end of last year, I gave up my actual job to spend all of my time, and I literally mean all of my time, doing YouTube. So in the UK, most people's working week will start on Monday, end on Friday, and the working day will be between 9 o'clock and maybe 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. So they have an 8-9 hour day depending on their job. I can honestly say that about 6 days of the week, and usually 7 if I can manage it depending, but about 6 days of the week I wake up, and from the moment I'm awake I sit at my computer and I work all day. I eat at my desk, or I eat on the run depending if I'm filming or if I'm going to meetings, but I do everything while I'm working. I never stop, and I go all the way. If you've seen my videos on being a YouTuber, then you'll know I work until very late at night, until I literally can't keep my eyes open, and I normally go to bed around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, feeling like I need more time, and I never have enough time to complete everything I'm doing. And so that's a 6-day a week, at least 6 days a week, full days from the moment I wake until the moment I go to sleep, constantly working on YouTube, planning, doing administration, emailing, filming, editing, uploading, doing all the SEO, tagging, titles, research, all that kind of thing. It takes an awful lot of time. I'd say on average a 5-minute video would take me half a day at least, from start to finish. A 5-minute video from planning, filming, editing, uploading, titling, getting out to you guys will take at least half a day, at least. So a couple of questions. Mouse Roll has said, you have money? Not very much, but that is what we're talking about today. We're talking about how much money I actually earn from doing YouTube, just in case you guys want to do it too. CO has said, is it stressful, Anna? Yes, it really is. I remember a time when I would make my dinner and sit down in front of the television in the evening, and maybe I'd paint my nails or do my hair and relax. And I don't have that anymore. And so what I find is, although I'm very motivated, after a few days I start to feel quite down, and so then I'll tend to give myself a half day off, or I'll have a night where I work till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and then I stop and I have a bath and I just try to de-stress, to de-YouTube just for a moment, to just get back on top, because it is quite stressful. And I think that when you get really stressed, it has a big effect on how you come across on camera. And so then your content isn't very good and you lose views. And yeah, so it is stressful and I have to try and manage that a little bit better in the future. Definitely. Maz Max has said, hey there, I'm from Manchester. Hi, so am I. Well, I was born in Southport, but I spent a lot of time growing up. I went to school in Manchester. So nice to see you. Okay, so I said there are 4 ways that I make money. And the first, and what everyone thinks of, is ads. So if you put content on YouTube, Google will play ads on your content. If you do not monetize your videos, I think they possibly still do play ads. So if you're a content creator, it makes sense to monetize your videos. I think you can, there's an option where you can disable ads, so you can tell Google, do not put ads on my videos. But generally, most people will monetize their videos, so they say, if you're going to advertise on my content, I want a cut. Now, they don't cut as in a huge amount. You don't make huge amounts from ads. So I'm going to show you exactly how much the ads actually make. Oh, my ears need popping. Oh, I hate that. You know when you feel like you're in a plane and you can't really hear properly? So I have 2,000 subscribers on this channel and I've accumulated, how many views? 326,000 views. On a monthly basis, I'm going to show you now, I make around $8.70. I'm going to show you. Tell me, can you hear me when I switch the screen? Could you still hear me speaking when I switch the screen? Just let me know. If you just let me know in the comments now if you could hear me. No, okay, good. Well, I won't talk when I'm showing you the other screen, okay. And maybe I can enable, how do I enable sound? Oh, okay. Okay, maybe we'll be able to do it now. I'll test it in a minute. So I only make $8.70 on average on this channel. So if you think about, if I'm working 6 days a week, 14, 15-hour days, maybe longer, and I do that for a whole month, in that month I'm earning, let's say $9, then that has to be changed over to pounds, which is less, I think. Yes, it is, so that's probably about £6. So I'm earning pennies per day, pennies per day for this channel. But that's fine. It's only got 2,000 subscribers. I probably only take about 300 views a week, maybe not even that, 300 views a week. So that makes sense. So, as some of you have quite rightly said, what about your other channels? Let's have a look at my other channels. So, let me switch over now to my next biggest channel and the channel that I work the most on at the moment, and that is English Like a Native. So this is an educational channel, and educational channels seem to fare a little bit better than just general vlogging channels, because people use Google and YouTube to find stuff out, things they need to know, things they want to learn. And English is quite a big subject that a lot of people around the world want to learn. Now, on English Like a Native, I have 21,000 subscribers. I've had just over 1 million views, over 500,000 views, just over 500,000 views. And on this channel, I make an average of $129 per month. That's only recently come up. It never used to be that good. So hang on, let me show you. So, you can hear me now, great. So here you see, I make, this month, it's estimating I will make $129 this month. And that's with 21,000 subscribers. And as you can see, my videos have quite a lot of views. And these are videos I'm putting out on a daily basis. And yet I'm still only making $129 in a month. Okay. Now I do have a slightly bigger channel. Let's check the comments. Let me switch over to Verba. So Verba is another educational channel which I started about 4 years ago. It was this channel that actually made me decide to go full time. So this channel has 32,500 subscribers. It has over 1.5 million views. This channel gets a high watch time overall, although lately my analytics has been dropping further and further. I also share this revenue with my channel partner, so I don't take all of this money home. And on this channel I'm making $291 on average, estimated. Let me show you. So there you go, 32,000 subscribers, 1.5 million views, and an estimate this month of $291.21. Bear in mind again that that is changed into pounds. So what's that? So that's $300, $400. We shouldn't even count Anna's Big Adventure. So averaging about $400 at the moment, and trust me, it sometimes goes like this. Well, more like this. So averaging about $400 per month, and some of that, so let's take $100 off for my YouTube partner, so about $300 per month. Change that into pounds, that's about £225, which is what you should averagely earn in 1 day in the UK, or maybe 2 days in the UK, and I earn that in a month. Now, as one of you quite rightly said, but you don't do this for the money. Well, no, of course not. There's a lot of reasons behind why I'm a full-time YouTuber, but if you're doing this on a full-time basis, you still have to pay the bills. My rent is £700 in a month, and I have to pay that, as well as pay for my car, pay my phone bill, pay for my food, pay for all the stuff that I actually do, like all the adventure stuff costs an awful lot of money, and so I still need to cover the bills. And that's where it becomes stressful. I thought that going full-time, once I was creating content on a daily basis, those figures would jump up and I would be able to at least survive on that money. But this is now month 5 of being full-time, and as you can see, I'm still only making $300-400 a month, and it's really scary. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Okay. Do you have a sounding board, someone you can bounce things off of? Michael. There are a few friends who don't mind me talking about YouTube, although I think most of them get bored with me talking about YouTube. And so apart from on my Verba channel, where I discuss things with the pianist, Mark, no, mostly it's just me thinking inside my own head and trial and error, seeing what's working and what's not. Taser Nathan, hi, says stress shows you care. Some people don't realise that and just think their favourite creators are whining. Yeah, good point. I'm very precious about my channels, and it's upsetting when you get like trolls or when things don't work or they don't get many views, and it can be upsetting because we care about it so much. What else are we saying? Oh, YouTube don't like us giving out exact figures. Oh dear. Oops. Rubara says, what do you do after making a film? What do you mean exactly? Like, after I've made a film, I usually edit it, upload it, do all the written stuff, the titles, the description, the SEO, all that kind of stuff. And then I make it live. And then I will then share it on social media to tell people about it. Taser, Nathan saying he earns $7 a month and gets between 8 and 10,000 views a month. Yeah, it's not very much, is it? All creators, if they're worth their salt, don't do it for the money. You might enjoy the money, but to continue doing it, you have to have the passion for it. Exactly. But of course, like I said, you still have to pay the bills. What job have you done before you were full-time on YouTube? So I am an actress, but I've told my agent that I'm taking some time off. I've told them I'm going to take a year off acting, unless a big job comes up. And actually, it's very likely that in a few weeks I'll be taking a voiceover job, which will take me away from YouTube for about 3 weeks. And I literally have to do that because, like I've shown you, I need to make money to pay the bills. So although I'm taking a year off acting, I'm having to dip back in to do a little bit of work to make some money. It will have an effect on my content creation, but the rent has to be paid. And before, I also worked as a marketing manager with a design company. So that's some of the stuff I've done before. What software do you use to make your video and cover art? Is that Final Cut Pro also? So I use Final Cut Pro X to do editing. I love it. I've always worked with it. I know not everybody uses it. I think some people use Premiere. And for my thumbnails, I use a company called PicMonkey, picmonkey.com, I think. And I love that. Website. You do pay to use it. I think it's £10 a month or £5 a month. But I love it. And there are many other options for making thumbnail art as well. Some free options, but I don't mind paying a little bit for what I think is a good service. So, have you thought about subsidising? You have a British cup. Who makes it and where can people get it? I did think about this the other day because everybody comments on my cup, so I thought, what if I sold cups? What if I sold these cups? I do have websites for my English channel, and on the websites I do sell products. Like I have an ebook and I have a pronunciation course, and I sell accent assessments. So if people want to soften their accents, I'll do an assessment and tell them what they need to do to achieve a British accent. So I could add merchandise, but honestly, you don't convert that much. It's an option, but it doesn't convert that much. And actually that brings me on to links. So you've seen how much money ad revenue brings, not much. So another way to make money is through links, and there are many different ways you can do this. You can become an affiliate with a company and have a link in your description. If you look in the description of this video, you'll see I've got a number of links that I've put in there to show you. Now, some of them are Amazon links, and so what I've done recently is set up as an Amazon associate. And what this does is it means that any links that you put out there under your associate banner, if somebody clicks that link and makes a purchase, then you make, they say 10%, but it's only actually about 5%. So there's lots of small print, stuff that you never read until it matters, and you make about 5%. And I've been doing Amazon Associates for a month, I've ranked up over 1,000 click-throughs, so people have clicked over 1,000 times through my links, and on the American site I've made 64 cents, 64 cents, so not even $1, and on my English site I think I've made $5 on that, and actually that was because I referred a free item, so it was an Audible sign up. So if you signed up for a trial, Amazon will pay you £5 on that one. So I've made £5 on the UK one and 64 cents on the American one, and that's after 1,000 clicks. So it's tough going, and I do in every single video, I always say, there are links below, check out the links, there are free gifts. I did an affiliate link with a number of other companies as well, so things like Uber, you can refer a friend and maybe get a free taxi ride. There's a bus company that I've used a couple of times that I've put a link to, and if anyone uses that link, then they get a bonus and I get a bonus, so it helps us both, and I think I made one £5 bonus on that. And so, I mean, affiliate links, once they're there, they're always there. You have to check them as time goes on to make sure they still work, but I think they are a reasonably good way forward. It obviously isn't making me very much money at all, but you never know. You never know. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay. Have you said that one? Have you ever thought about doing small jobs like on websites like Fiverr? Use that and bump up the money to £150 a month from online sales. You've done that, okay? Not including the day job. I could advertise on Fiverr, but the problem is time. I struggle to have the time to do full-time YouTubing. Setting up doing something else as well is really tough. Really tough. I like to concentrate on what I'm passionate about. I don't really want to diversify and give more of my precious time to things I'm not trying to grow. But it's a good suggestion. So yes, Fiverr or Upwork if you're freelancing is an option. One of you's asked me how old I am. I'm 35, so probably a little bit old to come into YouTubing, but my motto is always, you're never too old. So I started YouTube as a functional thing 4 years ago, and I actually came to it full time in September, October time, or maybe I gave up my job in November. Yeah, I gave up my job in November, but I was starting to think that I'd go full time by September. Once I hit 10,000 on my Verba channel, I knew then I'd go full time. You could write a book, Anna's big book of adventures. Yes, I could. I could do that in the future, maybe when I can afford to have a day off and have a team, and then yeah, that would be a great idea. What is the eligibility of becoming a partner with YouTube? So I think you can join the partner program at any point, but they have just changed the rules that you can't monetize any of your videos until you've hit 10,000 views. So anyone can become a partner, but you can't monetize until you've achieved 10,000 views. And that's something they've just brought out. You can also get partnered with networks too and maybe get a better cut. I'm lucky I managed to get an 80-20 split. Taser, I'd be interested to know what company you're with. So I'm always being approached by MCNs, and these are multi-channel networks. These are like managements that want to take a cut of your money and they manage your channel. You become part of a network. Lots of people, when you start YouTube, will tell you to be very careful of MCNs because a lot of them, I don't know because I've never actually joined one, but many people say that a lot of them don't give you anything in return. They just take a cut of your money. And if you're only making $400 a month and you have to give 25% of that away, you know, if you have to, so what's that, $100? If you're making $400, you have to give $100 away for nothing in return, or for very little in return. It's quite a rough deal. So I have looked at every MCN that's approached me, but I'm wary of signing up with any one of them. You're with Freedom. They actually emailed me yesterday, which is an MCN, but I know some of the management, so I got a better deal. Freedom are not the best company, but they are truthful and transparent. Yeah, I think for now I'm just going to stick. I do want a manager, but I think for now I'm just going to stick with doing it by myself. But thank you for suggesting. 35 years old, but you look 25. You are my favourite viewer. Andreza 21, thank you so much. That's very kind. I don't feel 25, I can tell you that. Have you ever listened to any songs and think I can do a treatment for that video? Anna, the video director, I think it could be a good basis on your background. So I have sometimes made videos for other people, for other companies, and I do enjoy it, but it's just time. It's time. I don't have the time. I'm trying to make these channels grow and make my own content, so it's hard to put myself out there. Okay, so there are a couple of other ways to make money on YouTube, which I'm not yet covered. And one of them is to start a Patreon campaign. I have two. I thought I might start one for this channel, but I don't think it's ready yet. A Patreon campaign, and let me spell it out for you. Patreon, like that. Patreon. Patreon is like Kickstarter. It's like a fan funding project. But with Kickstarter, there's one goal, one amount of money that's looking to be achieved, and everyone donates a one-off payment, and then once you get your money, it's done. You make the project. With Patreon, it's a continuous donation to support those people. Now, with Patreon, you can either do a monthly donation, or you can do a per video donation, or a per piece of work. If you're an artist, for example, you might say your supporters might give you $1 per painting. So every time a painting is released, they get $1. So on both of mine now, I have one for my English channel and I have one for my singing channel, and on both of them I've got them set up for a monthly payment. And I think I did this because I think this just makes it easier for everyone to understand what they are setting themselves up for. My channels aren't doing very well. I mean, my singing channel, I've got a handful of patrons. Let me show you. So here is my English one. I have 5 patrons and I'm making $7 a month. And here is my singing one. This has been going for quite a while now, a good year or so. That has 26 lovely patrons and I'm making $91 a month. That's what they're donating. Now that's what it says, but every month is different. Some months, I think it always asks the patrons every month, we're about to take your donation, do you want to donate this month? And in some months they go, no, not this month, for whatever reason. And so that's how much it says that I'm making per month, but actually usually it's a little bit under that. Again, I split the Verba Patreon money with my Verba partner, and so yeah, the patrons also get a reward. So there's an extra bit of work that you do have to do if you have a Patreon campaign. You don't have to, but most people won't join your campaign if there's nothing in it for them. Some people do it just because they love the content you put out and they want to help. So a lot of mine will say, I'm sponsoring you $1 a month, but I don't want anything in return. And that's lovely. But some of them will want the rewards, and so you can offer whatever you want. I offer free Skype lessons. I offer feedback for the singers. So if they donate more than $5 a month, they get feedback every month if they send me their singing. Some of them can come and do a duet with me, they can decide on the content. There's all sorts of options, but that can be a great way to help you subsidize your income, your AdSense income and your affiliate income. So Patreon, and I might set one up for this channel at some point, but I don't know, we'll see. It's very hard to get people involved in that. There was something else I was going to tell you about. I can't, off the top of my head, remember what it was. Taser's here, still here, but cooking a roast at the same time. Nice. Cooking a roast on a, what day is it? On a Tuesday. Lovely. I guess we're not far from dinner time. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So there's one more way that I know of making money that I have just had a little bit of income from, and that is Super Chat. So you may notice now, in this video is enabled as a Super Chat video. In your comment section where you write a comment, you'll notice next to the emoji sign there's a little $sign. I don't know what you have to do to enable Super Chat. I think anyone can enable Super Chat. You just go into your settings, and it's somewhere like in community or channel. If you have a look there, you'll see Super Chat, and you go in and you enable Super Chat. That then enables this little $sign to come up in the comments section just below where you comment. And if someone, while you're live, if somebody wants to make a contribution, if they want to make a one-off donation, then they can. And what happens is they click the $sign, it asks how much you want to donate. It can be anything from $1 up to $500, I think is the most. You choose how much, and then you can put a comment in. You do it through PayPal, I think. Once you send the payment, then your comment comes up in big colours and sticks to the top of the comments section. So everybody sees it. It means that if it's a busy live chat, then your channel, your comment stands out to the person who's presenting and to everybody else who's watching. So there are plenty of ways that you can get people involved in that. You can offer to do feedback. For example, I watch a lot of how-to YouTube people like Dara Leaves, and anyone who sends a super chat, they will do a live channel review with. So if you send a super chat right now, I'll click on your channel and check out your channel and give you some feedback right now. So things like that you can do with super chat. It might just be that someone wants to make a donation and sponsor the video. It might be that somebody wants you to see their comment and answer their question. So if you provide like education, or if you're a really popular YouTuber and you're doing a Q&A, just a general like, hey, I'll tell you about myself. If somebody sends you a super chat donation, then they're guaranteed to get their question answered. So that's kind of how that works. See what you guys are saying. Emmy says it only accepts Visa, MasterCard. Oh, okay. When I did it, because I sent a couple of super chats, I just did it through PayPal, so I don't know all the ins and outs of how it works. But I've been doing super chat on all my live videos for the last few weeks at least, and I think I've only received 2. I got 2 donations this week actually. I got a $5 donation and a $1 donation, which was just, it was lovely. It was lovely. I don't like to push it though because I feel really cheeky. But yeah, so that's if you're YouTubing. I think that's a way that I know a lot of the bigger YouTubers make good money from that. But it's all about providing value. I think it's important that you can give the audience something in return if you're going to use that function. So that's all I was here to share with you really. I hope that gives you some insight, and you know, I'm always learning and discovering, and if you want to ask any questions about being a YouTuber, I'm always happy to give you my insights and my experience and help you out in that respect. So before I go, if you have any questions, then now's the time to send them my way before I sign off. I'm going to be preparing for another live chat with my English students. It'll actually be an English class. which will be going live in an hour and a half. So I have lots to do before that. Probably need to straighten my hair, maybe put on something else. Although my t-shirt matches my cup. Have you noticed? It's a Union Jack t-shirt. Yay! Maybe I should keep this on. It's certainly part of the brand. Okay, so no one else is talking right now, no more questions. Great, okay. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you found that helpful. If you did enjoy this video, then please do me a huge favour and click that thumb button. What things like that does is it tells YouTube that you like the content I'm putting out, and it just helps to give me a little bit of a boost from YouTube's promoting algorithm. So if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. Oh, one question just came in. Would you consider making a 360 content? Yes, and actually I do have plans to do an adventure with a team who have 360 video. I have no idea how I edit it, no idea whatsoever, so it's going to be quite interesting, but potentially some 360 stuff is coming up. But again, stuff like that, I think you need special equipment, and I'm a bit maxed out financially at the moment, so once things pick up on my income, then I will be able to experiment with better equipment. Can you pronounce my name, please? Okay, Philip Sikora. Is that right? Okay. Alright guys, please make sure you've already pressed the big red subscribe button, and if you have not already, then do hit the bell notification button, which will tell you whenever I go live and whenever I upload a new adventure or travel vlog video. I did recently release a video, a very short video, about wine tasting, or rather getting drunk, in Mendoza, Argentina. So I'd really appreciate if you guys go and check that out. Otherwise, have a lovely day. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.